Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the presidential suite of the Park Plaza Hotel in Boston. I am actually attending the Eastern United States Dance Sport Championships. And with me on the presidential sofa, I have a wonderful young lady who the last time I spoke to her, I was also at the Eastern United States Dance Sport Championships. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kasia Kozak, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Any chance I get. So, some of you, obviously Kasia has been an incredible dancer. I have known you for a hell of a long time. In fact, I know your brother because he lived in Boston.
Very true, yes. We've spoken about him quite a few times.
Yes, we have. So she's a very interesting person. And like what I want you to do today is, obviously high heels boot camp was the last sort of big thing that I know you for.
Correct.
You're going down a slightly new avenue. So let's tell everybody what you're up to.
So right now, I am actually a transformational coach. And some of my clients, of course, think, oh, that's a perfect fit for you. Some of my clients have a question like, how have you gotten here? And being a coach for dancers, of course, we transform our dancers' lives, right? We help them to accomplish their goals, and we see them through the whole journey. And one of the things that was very interesting for me, I have a degree in psychology, and I study sports psychology. That was something that I was always very fascinated by, and that's what that knowledge allowed me to become the champion. Allowed me to be in control of my mind and understanding what it is that I need to do to set myself apart from the other competitors. Because as we know, everybody practices hard. And I remember saying this, I've worked so hard, right? I'm trying so hard. And my coach's answer always was, so does everybody else. So clearly there was more to becoming the best than just physically performing. It was the mindset as well. So now I've decided I'm going to share my experience as a dancer, my experience as a champion, not just as a dancer, but also the experience as a coach to motivate people, right? To help them with the mindset, to help them the movement of the body, and therefore to help them to become as active and as to change the behavior. Because as we know, champions are very different than the regular person. And I don't mean champions, because lots of time when we talk about champions, we think on a field, right? You think of sports or maybe art, like dancing. But champion could be anywhere in a business scenario, right? You could be a champion being a mom, being a dad, champion as a friend. There is so many, a doctor, a lawyer. But one of the things, or among few things that champions do, we take actions. Right? We are actively participating in our life. We create the life that we want. We have a goal and we go after. We think very differently. We take every no and maybe and turn it into yes and definitely going to happen. The question is not, I remember someone asked me, did you ever doubt it that you're going to be a champion? And as arrogant as that might sound, I never did. The question was only when and how am I going to get there? I never in my mind have the thought of it's not going to happen to me. And then, of course, there is a rhythm. There is a movement that when you see someone who is really good in no matter what it is that they do, they have an ease to moving through the space. Right? Yeah. They have an ease, they have a rhythm. There is a particular rhythm that you can see. And so it's easy to spot these people. We might not necessarily know what sets them apart, but you always get the gut feeling, that person stands for something. I am interested to talk to them. So my whole program is called Bring Out Your Inner Champion. Because I very much believe we all have that inside. We just need to be guided how to bring those qualities to the surface. So my whole thing is to guide you how to bring the best version of yourself, how to become more visible in the world so the world sees you. When the world sees you the way you want to be seen, I promise you the world interact with you very differently. So therefore you can be significantly more active and you can ask for the things you wanted to have. And a lot of time people say, oh, the miracle is just like peers. It really doesn't. It's the work that you put in. Absolutely. You know, and one of the things the same for you. We're the judges at our events, right? We've accomplished things. So people look at us like, oh, you're glamorous, you're fancy. Now we are fancy. We were not fancy. Before you're fancy, you're not fancy.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, I'm sorry. My thing is I always tell my couple, before you're good, you're no good.
That's right.
Right? I mean, I was an awkward kid. I come from Eastern Europe, right? My coach used to say this, your arms are too bendy. You should never stretch them. Right? Looking back, I was thinking, I should have never done the things I wanted to do, but I did not allow these things to stop me. I surrounded myself with people who did believe in me. And regardless my weird arms, regardless of coming to America, not speaking any English, not having money, like anybody who is an immigrant, anybody who knows how it is leaving the country. And I was a child in high school and competing professionally. I was a kid. I have everything going against me if you look at what I stand for at that particular moment. And for me to say to my coaches, I want to be a world champion, they had any right and every right to laugh in my face and, lady, this is not going to happen for you. But it did not happen, right? I found people, they were supportive, they believed in me, and they guided me and helped me to overcome my obstacles, to overcome all these things that on the paper looked like that's never going to happen. And now I am the living proof it could happen. If you've seen my videos when I started, it was awkward. It was weird. But because I stick with it and because I knew what to do and how to do it, now I can share that with other individuals who would like to be successful, who would like to have an ease of a dancer. Like lots of times you say, not just about me, but anybody who dances, we have a certain elegance. And I feel like that's a very attractive quality that everybody ultimately would like to have it, but not necessarily wanted to dance, right? There is plenty of people that would like to look like a dancer, but not necessarily be one. And that's the whole goal behind my workshop and behind my whole program, is to actually show you and guide you through how to move like a dancer without having to be one. How to have the strength of a competitor, of an athlete, but not necessarily having to be one, right? How to have a mindset of a very successful business person, but not necessarily even have to run a business, but just be among these individuals, right? And therefore, you're creating the life that you want. I'm sure you've probably run into people saying, you're just in your happy bubble. We are. But it's not because it randomly happened to us. We make those choices, right? We make the choices, and therefore, when you go to work, it's exciting. Like we were just talking the other day, actually yesterday, about how it makes us, it helps us to be fit, to be healthy, right? And ultimately, we look forward to this event. Sometimes people say, oh my God, your work is difficult. And I hate to say, no, it isn't. Because we just love it. And everybody could actually have that, right? If it's your choice, if you understand that you can create that you could be happy, and you can influence other people around you, you can influence your children, your family, your friends, your surrounding, your business. All of a sudden, you understand you individually have a power to change the world, piece by piece. But each of us have that power within. Each of us have that champion that if we think that way and we act that way, we could have a completely different world instead of just complaining about what's happening, influencing what's happening. So I'm really excited. I'm like, this is going to be so great.
So now you have to tell me, if I want to get your guidance, what do I have to do to get it?
You just have to connect with me.
And what is the best way to connect? If we're
Correct. So just my Kasia Kozak, which is my first name and last name.com. And then you have all the information. You have my phone number. Phone number. I directly will talk to you. I will answer your emails, because that's another thing. Lots of my clients are very surprised. Oh my God, you've actually answered my email. I do. And I am very good in answering in a pretty short period of time. Not the next month, but in a 24 hours, you should hear from me. And then we can come up with a program that I can coach you to develop these things, right? One thing is to understand and to open your eyes that this is possible, that this is something that you can actually do. And then, of course, you have coaching sessions, right? Because like anything else, you need to train the muscle, right? You need to train your body, you need to train your brain, you need to train your behavior. And then there is a guidance of surround yourself with people, not just me, who is gonna help you to stay that way, help you to motivate you, that this is really where we are going, and not just individual, but as a group.
Okay, Kasia Kozak, As soon as she leaves, I'm on my computer and seeing if she can set up a few sessions for me to sort myself out.
That would be great.
There you go. Anyhow, as you hopefully know by now, if you want to find out things that are happening in the dance business, just log on to www.dancebeats.com. And Kasia, until the next Eastern, I'll bump into you.
That's it. Let's
Maybe we'll
change in the world.
Totally. All right, guys, have a good one. I will be back later with more people on the presidential sofa at the Park Plaza Hotel.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
What do you think?
Yes, like as I say, you can. I'll give you this, and you can